We're gonna kind of follow up with that on something else that's kind of along the same lines today with you, and that is what the capsule wardrobe. So you probably seen it, the word thrown around everywhere, whether it's on Pinterest or TikTok. The idea of um, clothes with just 15 perfectly coordinated pieces, utilizing neutral colors and minimal looks. But today, we're going to break it down in a way that makes it real, stylish, and for all the men and ladies out there. So we're gonna kind of like unpack what a capsule wardrobe is for you, define what a capsule wardrobe is, the history of, well, we're gonna start out with what it is, the history of the capsule wardrobe, and then kind of give you, Devin and I are gonna give you our own take on the capsule wardrobe, and we'll go from there. So, Devin, why don't you give us a little bit of background, where this all started, and then we can take it from there.
Okay. So for the first one, our original history is Susie Faw, the birth of the capsule wardrobe in 1970s. Who she was the owner of the London boutique called called Wardrobe in 1970. Why she started the idea? She noticed women often had overflowing closets, but still felt they had nothing to wear. The problem: too many trendy pieces, not enough timeless, versatile ones. Her solution: a capsule wardrobe, carefully curated collection of high quality basics, jackets, trousers, skirts, shirts, accessories that wouldn't go out of style. Flossie, buy fewer items, but make them good quality and easy to mix and match. Impact: she wasn't pushing minimalism for fashion's sake. It was all about confidence and practical from it in their daily lives. And the second is Donna Karan's The Seven Easy Pieces. The debut in 1985. American designer Donna Karan launched her first collection, featured the now iconic Seven Easy Pieces. What it was: a set of mix and match essentials designed for modern work women. It included bodysuits, tailored jackets, skirts, fans, white shirts, cashmere sweaters, and even pieces. Why it matters: reflected women of all roles in the workforce and society in the 80s. Offer women freedom and versatility. You could transition from the office to evening events with just a few changes. Elevate the capsule concept into mainstream fashion. Cultural legacy: cemented the idea of thoroughly built wardrobe and could be both chic and functional. Minimalist and capsule wardrobes, 1990s to 2000s. Minimalist in fashion: designers like Calvin Klein, Jill Sanders brought a pared down aesthetic to the forefront. Simple lines, neutral colors, quality fabrics. Consumer side: people associate with capsule wardrobes with the minimalist aesthetics. The think black turtlenecks, slip dresses, crisp white shirts. Challenge: the strict minimum wasn't realistic for everyone. It could feel limiting or too uniform. The modern capsule wardrobe, 2010 today. Resurgence: capsule wardrobes came back into the spotlight with the rise of sustainability movement and the declining trends. Think Kondo and Project 333. Today's take: less about owning only 30 pieces, more about essential choices. People create capsule wardrobes with that reflect their personal styles. Colorful, eccentric, and minimalist. Influencers, YouTubers, TikToks have made it more mainstream capsule wardrobes adaptable. Cultural impact: capsules are seen as a way to save money, reduce decision fatigue, and live more sustainably. Pros and cons. So segment 2 is pros and cons. Saves time when you get dressed, reduce shopping fatigue, invalidates personal style, consistency. Can feel limiting and too strict, may not work for everyone who enjoys trend rotations, requires consistent editing and maintenance.
All right, so let let's. What's your take on the pros and cons? Because you've done capsule wardrobes before. What's your take on what is a what is a plus to a capsule wardrobe in your mind?
Um, saving time and money. And also, like I said, people need to understand this. Not everybody is a maximalist. Majority of people are maximalists because they like to be more out there with fashion. If this is my thing with me, when I did that vacation thing for Deborah, it was easy to do because she was going to 30 days on a trip. I think the thing with the when I was researching the 5 4 3 2 1 Capsule was because it's easy for her to travel while enjoying trips. So my thing with it is that it helps me out because times are changing. Not everybody's gonna shop like everybody else. I don't have the coins like everybody else does. So I think for somebody who don't have the budget like me, I would do it. But for people who are just like, oh, you have the money to blow, just do what you do. But again, it is a great way to have a lot of great clothes and still wear things that are, you can change it up, and you have to make a budget with a shopping. Make a budget with a shopping list if you need added things. So I believe it's good.
I would have to agree with you on that note, specifically when you're traveling. You do not want to be tugging along 5 suitcases
Mhm.
when you could create several outfits out of the same thing. And I think it really helps you focus it more so than being everywhere. It really makes you think about what works for you in the long run as far as clothing, and it helps you kind of not only fewer clothing, but it also forces you to, when you're creating that wardrobe, to step back and really think about it and being very intentional with what you're doing and putting a little bit more thought into it, along with your, not only your clothing, your colors, how you're looking at it, the versatility of one item of clothing to make several outfits. So it maximizes your potential of the wardrobe when you're at home. It maximizes when you're traveling, not have to be carrying along 5 suitcases. I think it's really a plus. Now, for some people, you know what, we for some people it feels limited.
It does for some people because it feels like they don't have creativity. That's the problem with, like, I'm wearing this shirt right here that I got from if you follow her closet revival. I want you to link her because she did a pre-Pride event, and I bought this shirt because I love it. Was perfect for summer, but we're transitioning into now the fall weather, like transitioning.
Right.
I'm wearing this. I wrote this like 4, 5, 8 times with shorts, pants, jeans, slacks, tan pants, and I'm wearing it with the pants I found in the closet that they were too tight. But if you see the design right here, the red, how it contrasts with the red here, and then the shoes that I close up, and then this hat. It's like you have so many variations to wear things like this. It's just it's a pure look that I know how to dress, but some people just don't know how to put looks together or try to make it sustainable, and that's the problem.
Oh, most definitely. And that leads into my next thought, because I think we left out the fact for the folks what a capsule wardrobe is when we went through that. And that was my fault. So those of you who are not familiar with what a capsule wardrobe is, and there's many different versions, as Devin and I are about to show you. A basically a capsule wardrobe, or as I know it, an essentials edit, is a tightly curated collection of foundation pieces that are versatile, timeless, and can be mixed and matched with other pieces to create several outfits. Um, but going back to what you're saying, and again, that's part of what we do as stylists. You help that person, but I think when you choose a those are part of the things that as a stylist we will show somebody to pick out the colors like you said in those pair of pants and kind of goes with the shirt. uh, but it's you're picking clothing which is timeless and classic, so you're guaranteed no matter what the latest trend is out there that you're always gonna have a foundation of clothing to wear no matter what.
And I was just reviewing a lot of fashion, because the next couple weeks we're going to talk about the fashion trends and all that stuff. It's like I don't always need to go shopping now because, for one, it's the things lately. I've been obsessed with leather. Leather has been like I wore leather this summer and I put in a newsletter about how to wear leather in the summer and wore with a cut off t-shirt, graphic t-shirt that everyone's wearing, and it looked good. You saw the pictures, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it looked good. I have found pieces that can go with it, and there's a thing about wearing leather, a pop of leather, in which I saw in the Tom Ford with Hader Ackerman, which is luxurious and beautiful. I think we're learning how to, when you research things like this, go to your closet first. Before you can go shopping, before you go to a clothes swap, before you go to see your friend's house. Sometimes you can research things you have in your closet, research things and see what you have in your closet, and you don't have to go shopping for everything. It's like, I'm grateful that I have friends who bought me stuff, or I have great shirts that I'm grateful that I have, clothes I have, that I'm trying to be mindful of putting away more now, is because sometimes I don't have to, when I go out places, I have a suit to wear. I have dress pants to go to. I have shirts, shoes, clothes, casual, dressy. I don't have to go shop somewhere a little bit nowadays. It's easier as I get older and easier for my wallet.
I think too, once you have that basic foundation, it's just replacing those items within your wardrobe. Because eventually, sooner or later, they wear out. Jeans are gonna a classic. They're gonna wear out eventually. You just then have to just replace them.
Or
But
find
once you
something.
have that basic foundation of what's in your closet, it's just a matter of replenishment.
Mhm.
So we talked about, and speaking of which, we will be discussing little teaser here. We will be discussing, if I remember correctly, some trends. The next podcast, we will be. It won't be probably the next podcast. It'll probably be the one after, where we discussing several trends that Devin's going to bring to us. But that will be coming up. Um, so now we're getting to the point where, okay, so we've discussed what it is. We've discussed a little bit of history behind it, which is my favorite. I love history. So now we want to take a look at um, Devin and I both, as any stylist out there, we don't always share the same opinion on what something is. So we want to both kind of show you our versions of the capsule wardrobe. For me, I have always believed, as Devin has touched on, that a fashion wardrobe consists of classic timeless pieces that will always be in style. A few basic colors, which again will go with your skin undertones, which that's a whole study in itself. We can discuss that another time. But you pick colors that go well with you. You pick timeless pieces and you stick with those. So I'm gonna break it down under again what I consider. I call it the capsule wardrobe. I call it the essential edits for this reason. Because they're basic core pieces that I think every man and woman should have in their closet. So we'll start with men. For me, blazers, a navy blazer or a blazer is an absolute must. You never know when you're going to need it. And it's something that's versatile that can be dressed down or dressed up. White dress shirts, classic, timeless piece. Again, it can be dressed up and dressed down. All of these pieces I have in there are versatile depending on how they're fitted together, can be either very dressy or very casual. A neutral knit, especially in Wisconsin, when it gets colder out, it can be layered. Dark wash jeans. Jeans, again, a timeless classic piece which can be dressed up. You can put it with a pair of jeans. You can put it with the blazer, or you can dress down with a regular t-shirt and a pair of white tennis shoes, which, by the way, that's another thing on my list for the gentlemen. So, chinos, tailored trousers, black dress shoes, white tennis shoes, and an overcoat or a jacket. Now, for the ladies, I tend to think more along, again, a woman's blazer, a white dress shirt. For the ladies, and ladies are gonna love this, high-end footwear. What woman doesn't love high-end footwear?
Red bottoms.
Dark wash jeans, tailored trousers. Again, along that note, the more fitted your clothing is, the better it looks for you.
Mm-hmm.
As a side note, that little black dress, timeless piece. You can go out. That will never go out of style. And last but not least, the pencil skirt. And for the ladies, the statement jacket. So Devin, now I've shared a little bit what my take on it. What is your for the men and women out there? What is your take on the capsule wardrobe?
I think I totally agree with everything, but I also would say yes. I say all these are real great things. I think, but also at the same time, as I think is sometimes if you have trendy pieces and stuff like that, pair with you can have to keep the trendy pieces, but basics and simple things can be said. I think for me, I would say the blazer. If you have a blazer that it has like a pattern on it, you can pair it with a white T-shirt or a white shirt button down, or a graphic T-shirt that with the dark denim and some sneakers. Or I can say pair it with the white crisp shirt with some gray slacks, which is in that. So I think it's not a problem with adding trendier pieces. It's how you incorporate them in the capsule wardrobe. That is what I think. For the ladies, I think it's also the same thing. You can add on things to add on things. I think budgeting what you want before you can go there to get timeless pieces for the trendier pieces. Look at your closet for what you don't have. You can always replace a white button down. No matter what, you're gonna have to replace it. Denim, you're gonna have to replace it. Black shoes, you're gonna have to. Sneakers, you're gonna have to replace it. You have to remember, classics and timeless pieces are what's gonna happen. And there's people, and if you don't know how to do that, sometimes look at me. I pair things so many times and it goes well with everything. It's just about the things you have. If you have tan pants, if you have denim jeans, all those things are what I have. I have now a closet that I built up for so many years now that I don't need to do a lot of shopping. I have a leather jacket. I have a trench coat. I have few blazers now that I can tailor now. And just, I have a closet that is. You have to always remember the basics, the timeless classics, the simple things, the basics first, before the trendier pieces. That's what I think.
Well, and I agree with that because the entire thing we've been driving home is the fact that your foundation of your wardrobe is the timeless classic pieces that will never go out of style, and adding in those little trendy pieces. For the women, maybe you like a pop of color in your purse. So let's say orange is the in color for purses this year. You want to add a little bit in there, go for it. But the key being with these capsule wardrobe is the fact that you are able to create you have those foundation pieces and those trend pieces that create those where you can change up the pieces to make more than one outfit, therefore having fewer clothing pieces in your closet.
I totally agree.
And then you don't have to sit here and it's not, and the thing is, it's not really, the goal is not to limit your creativity, because having too many clothes in the closet can also hinder you. As a matter of fact, it sometimes make it even harder to make a choice when you have 50,000 pieces of clothing in the closet and can't decide what you're gonna. And you don't have to wear the same boring outfit every day.
Right.
I think of, what was it, Steve Jobs, who wore the same blazer and the T-shirt. You don't have to necessarily do that.
I know.
But it's about having, again, those timeless pieces that will never go out of style, and having to spend oodles of money every year because the trending item you had last season is no longer in, and you have to get the new thing that replaced it.
No, that's also what I said to myself too. Do you know that I had a pair of blazers that I'm not gonna say who I bought it from, but I'm gonna use sneakers. I have sneakers that I never took care of them long. I have a pair of blazers now that I take care of because I have a pair of white sneakers I have that I take care of as much as I can. But I have to be realistic. Sometimes I have to replace them. But at the same time, that's part of life. White sneakers don't last that long. It depends on how you take care of them.
Well, right.
But the truth of it is, there's so many things in fashion and it's like, it's exhausting to look at what you want, and then also Fashion Nova, Shein, H&M, and stuff. I still have a top from H&M that I bought. That striped top's gonna be wore 4 million times in this year, and it's okay to wear. I just think it's exhausting sometimes because I don't have the coins to do shopping, and I would like to go on trips. I would like to go to concerts more, and that's what I did with my money late this summer. I went and wore the same things, and I did a YouTube, and you saw the YouTube that I wore the same things out of the closet and stuff, and I was gonna wear this summer, and I nailed it. It's because sometimes you get it doesn't matter if I don't get bored with what I wear nowadays. It's just I learned how to incorporate things a lot more easier in my closet. It's just I'm not an influencer where I can buy things from do a haul on Fashion Nova or Shein, and I'll no nothing against Fashion Nova and Shein. There's things I want in Shein that I want, but I just don't have the money and energy to do it like that, and I'm not that kind of influencer.
Well, actually, I'm gonna put it this way. Some people would argue that fast fashion is not necessarily a good investment. Because the fact that it doesn't, the whole sustainability thing, along with the fact that's the other thing that I'm thinking about now, is you don't want to just have classic timeless pieces, but you also want to have clothing that is high quality, that is going to last for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand where you're coming from, but that also brought up the point of not only the fast fashion, but and don't get me wrong, I do love some of the Sheen products. Probably not the best quality.
They're not.
Um, Go ahead.
But yeah, I did buy a few outfits from Shein, which I'm not gonna. Closets kept, yeah, and I do. I'm not gonna try to. It's some quality is not good, but the thing with with difference with Shein fashion, but the slimmer relation with Shein and Fashion Nova and Pretty Little Things, all those brands is they will include their size inclusive, and that's not gonna be a. That's always something that we always have discussion about because everybody will be saying you don't have a lot of brands that are gonna include a lot of plus size people extending to a size 5X, and sometimes that's the only option.
Oh, I agree.
And that's why it's like with Ashley Murtis and Sarah Jean Target doing the fat body swap. That is why they're making that inclusive thing, and because how everyone talks about Cardi B talking about how she has 3X but she'll joke about fat. Everybody has a little bit of fat phobia in us. Sometimes even as I lost weight, I still have that kind of way of thinking. This week, somebody called me on it, which is fine. We have to remind ourselves that not everybody is not everybody's style is built the same. Not everybody's budget is built the same. Not everybody's access to clothes is built the same. Sometimes you have to go a little into the deep end and find something quality that is going to fit your size, that is going to fit your capsule wardrobe. Because I've been doing it for so many years. When I was losing this weight, I knew how to mix things a little bit. I knew how to wear things to work. I knew how to. It was a whole new outfit, even when I was losing some down. So it was a lot. I knew how to do a capsule when I was. I'm gonna open up and say that I was 365 pounds, and I'm now in the 240s or depending on the summer 250s. So it's something that I've learned for so many years because I didn't want to shop so much. I did buy a lot of clothes. I did buy a lot of stuff just because I was slimming weight. I did thrift a little bit more, but I knew how to just make it a little bit more accessible into my budget. And I still took pictures on MK Fashion while I went to old page.
Alright. So, any final thoughts? Because we are into the last minute.
Nothing. Just learn how to love your clothes and appreciate your clothes. Take care of your clothes. Hang up your clothes, and just learn to shop smart and shop fun. And it's okay to shop, but just shop with a mindset. Don't shop because it's a trendy thing.
Alright. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, I and Devin want to thank you again for joining us this week at another Sunday afternoon of Fashion Talk. Again, you can follow us both on Facebook and Instagram as well. We will have our links in the podcast episode. So, Milwaukee, come back next week. We're going to talk and keep your pulse on fashion.